Hey, good morning. It's Saturday between Good Friday and Easter, and I just thought I'd go over some the different books of the Bible and um, Monday, Thursday, and Good Friday. So, with my Bible book, sketchbooks, I did every verse of Mark. So I'll start off with Mark. So Mark, Matthew, John, and Luke. We'll go over the Last Supper and Good Friday. After 2 days, it was the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And this is Mark 14:1. So, after 2 days, it was the Passover and Feast of Bread with no leaven. That's another story in the Jewish history. They had, during Moses' time, they had put blood on the head of the door, on the edges of the door, and the lamb's blood, and God's wrath will pass over. So that ties in with Jesus. Jesus died for us, and God's wrath passes over. And the chief priests and the scribes sought how they might take him by trickery and put him to death. How can we trick him and kill him? Said the chief priests and scribes. But they said, not during the feast, lest there be an uproar of the people. Let's trick Jesus and put him to death. And there's no yeast in the bread at that time, during Moses' time. Let's not do this during the Feast of Unleavened Bread. The people may riot. There might be violent disorder. And excuse me, I have a cold today. Easter week. Oh my goodness, we have colds here. Mark 14:3. While he was in Bethany, reclining at the table in the home of Simon the leper, a woman came with an alabaster jar of very expensive perfume made of pure nard, special oil. She broke the jar and poured the perfume on his head. Some of those present were saying indignantly to one another, why this waste of perfume? It could have been sold for more than a year's wages and the money given to the poor. And they rebuked her harshly. And I think that was Judas who said that. I'm not sure. In another book. Leave her alone, said Jesus. Why are you bothering her? She has done a beautiful thing to me. So she pours water on his head, or an oil, and Jesus is thankful. And people around him say, why is she doing that? Jesus says, don't stop her. She's doing something beautiful. She's anointing him for his burial. Mark 14:7. For you have the poor with you always, and whenever you wish, you may do them good. Excuse me. No money. The poor are always with you. You can do good to them anytime. But me, you do not always have. Jesus isn't always with us anymore. Jesus isn't with us anymore. Jesus isn't always going to be with us. She has done what she could. She has come beforehand to anoint my body for burial. What she could do, she did. What she could, she did. What she was able to do, she anointed him, blessed him for his death and burial. Assuredly, I say to you, wherever this gospel is preached in the whole world, what this woman has done will also be told as a memorial to her. So all around the world, the gospel, all around the world, preached the good news. When it's preached, she will be remembered for what she has done. She blessed and anointed Jesus before his death. So we remember her. Mark 14:10. Then Judas Iscariot. Where's my water? Then Judas Iscariot, one of the 12, went to the chief priests to betray him to them. So here's all the disciples, the 12 disciples. I did different shapes. Judas went away to the chief priests. And when they had heard it, they were glad. I want to turn in Jesus, Judas said. And the chief priests say, that's great. They were glad. And promised, I got to go, but I want to do this. They promised to give him money. We promised to pay you. So he sought how he might conveniently betray them. How can I get Jesus? Judas was thinking and wondering. Mark 14:12. Now on the first day of unleavened bread, day 1 of the festival of bread with no yeast, when they killed the Passover lamb, that's like Jewish tradition, it's Jesus is the lamb and a baby sheep. They give the baby sheep as a sacrifice. His disciples said to him, where do you want us to go and prepare? Jesus, where should we go and prepare the Passover meal? And this guy's cooking right here. Disciples said, where can we go? That you may eat the Passover. Jesus needs to eat. Where can we go to prepare the meal? Mark 14:3. And he sent out 2 of his disciples and said to them, go into the city. Disciples, go into the city. And a man will meet you carrying a pitcher of water. Follow him. Okay, there's this man carrying a pitcher of water, and I wish I had one. I will show you at the next video a pitcher of water. You see a guy with water, Jesus says, and follow him. Where is he going? Mark 14:4. Wherever he goes in, say to the master of the house, the teacher says, where is the guest room in which I may eat the Passover with my disciples? So go to that house, ask the master of the house, where is there a room to eat with Jesus' disciples? So Jesus tells them, Jesus the teacher, I need to write in ER, Jesus the teacher tells them to tell the master of the house, where is a room for the disciples to eat? Then he will show you a large upper room, furnished and prepared. Large upper room, furnished and prepared. Here you go. It's ready. There, make ready for us. Prepare table for 12 disciples and Jesus, and cooking. Prepare this table for us. So his disciples went out and came into the city. So they went out, came to the city. I don't know what they have there. The pitcher. And found it just as he had said. So they did what Jesus said, and there was a guy with a pitcher. And they prepared for the Passover, making preparations, the disciples. Mark 14:17. In the evening, he came with the 12. Here's the 12 disciples and Jesus. And there's the upper room. Now as they sat and ate, Jesus said, assuredly I say to you, one of you who eats with me will betray me. One of you will turn me in. And they began to be sorrowful and to say to him one by one, is it I? And another said, is it I? Who is it? He answered and said to them, it is one of the 12 who dips with me in this dish. So I think it's bread dipping into wine. And I won't tell you who the betrayer is. You will learn if you don't know. Mark 14:21. The Son of Man indeed goes just as it is written him. Son of Man must die. Jesus will go to death as it is written of him. But woe, sadness to that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. Woe, sadness to the man who betrays Jesus. Oh, and I wrote his name there. Judas the betrayer. There's Jesus, get him. So Judas is one of the disciples, one of his friends. It would have been good for that man if he had never been born. Better to not be born. Better for him not to have existed. Mark 14:22. And as they were eating, here they're eating food, pizza, hamburger, I don't know. Jesus took bread, blessed it. Bless this bread. Actually, it's some kind of Jewish food. Chicken, or I'm not sure. So Jesus took the bread, blessed it, and broke it, and gave it to them, and said, take, eat, this is my body. So you're eating this bread and think of me, this is my body. Mark 14:23, then he took the cup, thank you, God, and when he had given thanks, he gave it to them, and they all drank from it. So they took turns drinking from the cup. And he said to them, this is my blood of the new covenant, which is shed for many. So this is Jesus' blood of the new promise, the testament, poured out, given to many. That's what Jesus said. This is my blood poured out for many. Mark 14:25. Assuredly I say to you, I will no longer drink of the fruit of the vine. I assure you, I won't drink of the fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new in the kingdom of God. Jesus will drink it new in God's kingdom in heaven. There's Jesus drinking it new in heaven. So I guess that's the last time he drinks wine. Mark 14:26. And when they had sung a hymn, la 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 la, they went out to the Mount of Olives. Here I drew some olives. All 13 of them go out to the Mount of Olives. Then Jesus said to them, all of you will be made to stumble because of me this night. So they're all going to fall down. You will all fall away because of me tonight. I will strike the shepherd, strike, and the sheep will be scattered. There go the sheep. So that's Maundy Thursday in the book of Mark, the Last Supper, and it goes straight into Good Friday. So I gotta go, but we'll talk about that later. Have a good weekend.